Good evening. Once again we return to the story of Caius, Spellsword, Dunmer, Eternal Champion, finest courier in Tamriel, most loyal servant of the Emperor, former head of the Blades in Vardenfell, Auditor of the Great Houses, Nerevarine, and about to consort with Daedra yet again, particularly Vermina. Once this is done, I think I had something for the Grey Fox. Yeah, I think we're going to be making a detour to Coral for the next little bit.
Do you wish to offer a black soul gem to the altar of Vermina?
We meet again, mortal, for we have met before, whether you know it or not. When you mutter in your sleep, you speak to me. When you waken wet with sweat, you've just left my house. I dwell in your dreams. I savor your nightmares. Now you will serve me. The wizard Arkfed has the orb of Vermina, snatched from the dreams of my followers and dragged into the waking world. Travel to his tower and retrieve my orb. Take care, though, mortal. In my orb, Arkfed has found more than he bargained for.
After I left an offering of a black soul gem, Vermina's followers summoned the Daedra who spoke to me. Vermina told me of an orb that has been stolen by the wizard Arkfed. I am to travel to his tower, retrieve the orb, and bring it back to Vermina.
So, you know, I'm just going to leave the horse there. We can do this by foot. This may wind up being a slightly shorter broadcast just because of the I have my regular stream to start immediately after this. Before I go inside, let's see if I can find anything. I'm assuming it's going to be inside the tower, but it doesn't hurt to take a peek. Every once in a while I get a chance to lighten my load of ogre teeth. merchant to unload my... Ha! Block training in. Well, that's inconvenient. Battle Axe of Flames is not the greatest ratio of weight to payoff. Mage is, well, that's my mage, so hands off. The Short Sword of the Blaze is a great example of something worth a little bit more. Honestly, that's the potions that are killing me here. It's not a permanent fix, but... Where'd this guy come from? Ha! the source. Really thought I would have had some restore fatigue. Oh, here we go. It's a pretty wild level. I like it, but I have no idea how close we are to the objective.
Do you really want to add Dire Innovation to your spell list? One of the catches is, as nice as it is for me to use these potions, it does deny me a chance to improve my restoration.
And my agility damage sometime back. I gotta get that back. Doesn't solve my weight problem though. I'm assuming this weight too comes from the fact that, oh my god. Oh, that's a strength potion I just took, isn't it? Alright, well. Wasn't quite what I intended to do, but it'll help me in the fights.
I have retrieved the Orb of Vermina. I should now return it to the shrine. Blank crumpled piece of paper with a line written in a trembling hand. I shall lie here in the dark, waiting for death. There's no world, a note written in a trembling hand. There is no world so great as the world of the mind. There is no voyager so well traveled as the traveler in the land of dreams. There is no abyss so deep as the well of terror that lies within each of us. I've plumbed its depths. I have seen the unthinkable. I am unafraid. Even death's boundaries do not confine me. I am the lord of limitless space and the master of place and time. Through the doors of sleep, the universe lies waiting for me. I will no longer wait for my dreams to carry me worlds away, to unknowable deeps, to unspeakable vastness. I shall dwell in the house of Vermina forever, the orb my companion. There is no compass to my destination, no end to my journey. My mind is the eternal voyager, fearless and wild with wonder in the halls of horror.
I don't think I should, steal these, but he says waiting for death, I kind of think.
Pala, Book 1 by Bjorn Meyerstedt. Pala. I remember when I first heard that name not long ago at all. It was at a Tails and Talos ball at a very fine estate west of Mir Korup, to which I and my fellow Mages Guild initiates had found ourselves unexpectedly invited. Truth be told, we needn't have been too surprised. There were very few other noble families in Mir Korup. The region had its halcyon days as a resort for the wealthy far back as the Second Era. And on reflection, it was only appropriate to have sorcerers and wizards present at a supernatural holiday. Not that we were anything more exotic than students at a small non-exclusive charter house of the guild, but like I said, there was a paucity of other choices available. For close to a year, the only home I had known was the rather ramshackle if sprawling grounds of the Mir Korup Mages Guild. My only companions were my fellow initiates, most of which only tolerated me, and the masters, whose bitterness at being at a backwater guild prompted never-ending abuse. Immediately, the School of Illusion had attracted me. The magister who taught us recognized me as an apt pupil who loved not only their spells of the science, but their philosophical underpinnings. There was something about the idea of warping the imperceptible energies of light, sound, and mind that appealed to my nature. Not for me the flashy school of destruction and alteration, the holy schools of restoration and conjuration, the practical schools of alchemy and enchantment, or the chaotic school of mysticism. No, I was never so pleased as to take an ordinary object and, by a little magic, make it seem something other than what it was. It would have taken more imagination than I had to apply that philosophy to my monotonous life. After the morning's lessons, we were assigned tasks before our evening classes. Mine had been to clean out the study of a recently deceased resident of the guild and categorize his clutter of spellbooks, charms, and incunabula. I
can never remember how to pronounce that.
It was a lonely and tedious appointment. Magister Tendexus was an inveterate collector of worthless junk, but I was reprimanded any time that I threw something away of the least possible value. Gradually, I learned enough to deliver each of his belongings to the appropriate department: potions of healing to the Magisters of Restoration, books on physical phenomena to the Magisters of Alteration, herbs and minerals to the alchemists, and soul gems and bound items to the enchanters. After one delivery to the enchanters, I was leaving with my customary lack of appreciation when Magister Elthurb called me back. "Boy," said the portly old man, handing me back one item, "destroy this." It was a small black disc covered with runes with a ring of red-orange gems like bones circling its periphery. I'm sorry, Magister, I stammered. I thought it was something you'd be interested in. Take it to the Great Flame and destroy it, he barked, turning his back on me. You never brought it here. My interest was piqued because I knew the only thing that would make him react in such a way: necromancy. I went back to Magister Tendex's chamber and pored through his notes, looking for any reference to the disc. Unfortunately, most of the notes had been written in a strange code that I was powerless to decipher. I was so fascinated by the mystery that I nearly arrived late for my evening class in enchantment, taught by the Magister Ilther himself. For the next several weeks, I divided my time categorizing the general debris and making my deliveries and researching the disc. I came to understand that my instinct was correct. The disc was a genuine necromantic artifact. Though I couldn't understand most of the Magister's notes, I determined that he thought it to be a means of resurrecting a loved one from the grave. Sadly, the time came when the chamber had been categorized and cleansed, and I was given another assignment, assisting in the stable of the guild's menagerie. At least finally, I was working with some of my fellow initiates and had the opportunity of meeting the common folk and nobles who came to the guild on various errands. Thus was I employed when we were invited to the Tales and Tallows ball. If the expected glamour of the evening were not enough, our hostess was reputed to be a young, rich, unmarried orphan from Hammerfell. Only a month or two before, she had moved to our desolate wooded corner of the Imperial Province to reclaim an old family manor house and grounds. The initiates at the guild gossiped like old women about the mysterious young lady's past and what had happened to her parents, why she had left or been driven from her homeland. Her name was Berenike, and that was all we knew. We wore our robes of initiation with pride as we arrived for the ball. At the enormous marble foyer, a servant announced each of our names as if we were royalty, and we strutted into the midst of the revelers with great puffery. Of course, we were then promptly ignored, one and all. In essence, we were unimportant figures to lend some thickness to the ball. Background characters. The important people pushed through us with perfect politeness. There was old lady Shudira discussing diplomatic appointments to Balmora with the Duke of Rimferlin. An orc warlord entertained a giggling princess with tales of rape and pillage.
As one does.
Three of the guild magisters worried with three painfully thin noble spinsters about the haunting of Daggerfall. Intrigues at the imperial and various royal courts were analyzed, gently mocked, fretted over, toasted, dismissed, evaluated, mitigated, admonished. Subverted. No one looked our way, even when we were right next to them. It was as if my skill at illusion had somehow rendered us all invisible. I took my flagon out to the terrace. The moons were doubled, equally luminous in the sky and in the enormous reflecting pool that stretched out into the garden. The white marble statuary lining the sides of the pool caught the fiery glow and seemed to burn like torches in the night. The sight was so otherworldly that I was mesmerized by it, and the strange red-guard figures immortalized in stone. Our hostess had made her home there so recently that some of the sculptures were still wrapped in sheets that billowed and swayed in the gentle breeze. I don't know how long I stared before I realized I wasn't alone. She was so small and so dark, not only in her skin but in her clothing, that I nearly took her for a shadow. When she turned to me, I saw that she was very beautiful and young, not more than 17. "Are you our hostess?" I finally asked. "Yes," she smiled, blushing, "but I'm ashamed to admit that I'm very bad at it. I should be inside with my new neighbors, but I think we have very little in common." It's been made abundantly clear that they hope I have nothing in common with them either, I laughed. When I'm a little higher than an initiate in the Mages Guild, they might see me as more of an equal. "I don't understand the concept of equality in Cyrodiil yet," she frowned. "In my culture, you proved your worth, not just expected it. My parents both were great warriors, as I hope to be." Her eyes went out to the lawn, to the statues. "Do the sculptures represent your parents?" "That's my father, Perium there," she said, gesturing to a life-sized representation of a massively built man, unashamedly naked, gripping another warrior by the throat and preparing to decapitate him with an outstretched blade. It was clearly a realistic depiction. Perium's face was plain, even slightly ugly, with a low forehead, a mass of tangled hair, stubble on his cheeks. Even a slight gap in his teeth, which no sculptor would surely have invented except to do justice to his model's true idiosyncrasies. "And your mother?" I asked, pointing to the nearby statue of a proud, rather squat warrior woman in a mantilla and scarf, holding a child. "Oh no," she laughed. "That was my uncle's old nurse. Mother's statue still has a sheet over it." I don't know what prompted me to insist that we unveil the statue that she pointed to. In all likelihood, it was nothing but fate and a selfish desire to continue the conversation. I was afraid that if I did not give her a project, she would feel the need to return to the party, and I would be alone again. At first she was reluctant. She had not yet made up her mind whether the statues would suffer in the wet, sometimes cold Cyrodiilic climate. Perhaps all should be covered, she reasoned. It may be that she was merely making conversation and was reluctant as I was to end the standoff and be that much closer to having to return to the party. In a few minutes' time, we tore the tarp from the statue of Bektani's mother. That is when my life changed forevermore. She was an untamed spirit of nature, screaming in a struggle with a misshapen, monstrous figure in black marble. Her gorgeous long fingers were raking across the creature's face. The monster's talons gripped her right breast in a sort of caress that prefaces a mortal wound. Its legs and hers wound around one another in a battle that was a dance. I felt annihilated. This lithe but formidable woman was beautiful beyond all superficial standards. Whoever had sculpted it had somehow captured not only the face and figure of a goddess, but her power and will. She was both tragic and triumphant. I fell instantly and fatally in love with her. I had not even noticed when Gellin, one of my fellow initiates who was leaving the party, came up behind us. Apparently, I had whispered the word magnificent, because I heard Bektani reply as if miles away, "Yes, it is magnificent. That's why I was afraid of exposing it to the elements." Then I heard clearly, like a stone breaking water, "Gellin, Mara, preserve me. That must be Pala." "Then you've heard of my mother?" asked Bektani, turning away. "I hail from Wayrest, practically on the border of Hammerfell. I don't think there's anyone who hasn't heard of your mother and her great heroism, ridding the land of that abominable beast. She died in that struggle, didn't she?" "Yes," said the girl sadly, "but so did the creature." For a moment we were all silent. I don't remember anything more of that night. Somehow I knew I was invited to dine the next evening, but my mind and heart had been entirely and forever more arrested by the statue. I returned back to the guild, but my dreams were fevered and brought me no rest. Everything seemed diffused by white light, except for one beautiful, fearsome woman, Pala.
Sorry, I just need a little break for refreshment. This may not be a good idea, but...
is returned, and Arkfed will live out the rest of his days in nightmare. It is fitting. You have proved yourself mortal. It is fitting as well that you should bear my token.
Vermina was pleased that I returned the orb of Vermina. I had been rewarded with the Skull of Corruption.
to think of the best way to manage this weight. So I'll head to Jaden Hall just so I can drop off some of the stones. Bruma will also let me drop off some of the items that I need to sell. Oops. Nobody noticed. Might need to rest a little bit in my home, but that's not a huge problem. I'd prefer to rest and sell the items rather than just head straight out. Morning. Maybe a trip to Bruma. Nah, Bruma should be the last destination. Curious if I can just trying to think of the fences. Isn't really anything in the immediate area. All right. Sell some things and then we'll head to Coral.
Greetings!
I hope I can help. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
genuinely don't remember where I got these.
That seems a fair price. You got a... Thank you for your patronage. Farewell.
Good day. Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Alright, so here I'm gonna go by weight because I want to sell off some potions as well.
You've made a good bit of gold.
I really do need to sort through these rings at some point.
That's a good... That seems a fair price.
That's a lot to be carrying for sorcery.
A fine transaction.
Actually, I should maybe just see which of these scrolls I can sell as well.
You've made a good... You've made a good bit of gold. That's more than I would usually pay. That's a good deal. That's a fair deal. You drive a hard bargain. A good price for a good customer. A good price for a good customer. Tell your friends about me. Take care.
So we didn't really sell too many of our super heavy items, but we're doing well weight-wise. Sorry, just one second. I saw a note I gotta deal with. Cool. Sorry about that.
What is it, citizen?
I hate the fact that I'm saving 3 times on the journey, but probably better not to take any chances.
Good afternoon.
Greetings. Afternoon. Hello there.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Something I can do for you?
Oh, hello.
Hail. Welcome. I've been waiting. Do you have the arrow of extrication?
I thought your spies would tell you. I only have the arrow's head.
I'd hoped for the whole arrow, but that is not your fault. I will have to have it repaired. This arrowhead advances my plan to... well, never mind. I may have need of you again in the near future if my plans hold. Here is your reward. I am also promoting you to Master Thief in the Thieves Guild. Fathis Uls of the Imperial City will be your new fence. Shadow.
The Grey Fox may be contacting me again soon. Until then, I sell more stolen property to the guild fences. I'll need at least 800 gold worth of stolen goods to get his attention. Now I can use the best fence the guild has, Fathin Ools. I've reached my goal. When I've fenced over 800 gold worth of goods, when I'm in the cities, I will have to keep an eye out for another messenger from the Grey Fox. He could call for me at any time. I should wait in the Imperial City if I want them to find me more quickly.
Which I don't.
By the 9 dudes. I'm only asking for a secret.
Maybe not the best in Tamriel, but good.
How are you?
What is it? Shouldn't you be taking care of Maglir's contract?
Already done.
I can't believe we lost another to that bunch. Well done taking care of the contract, though. We can't afford to lose any of them these days. Here's your payment for completion of the contract. I think it's time for us to discuss the Blackwood Company a bit.
All right.
They weren't always a threat. Small-scale mercenary band. Until Riza Kar took over. Then came the fat Imperial contracts. After a mission in Blackmarsh, they set up shop in Leowin, more ruthless than ever. It needs investigating. First, though, you need advancement.
All right, let's talk about that.
Your service to the guild has not gone unnoticed. Henceforth, you will carry the rank of Defender. Bear the title proudly.
All right, let's talk more about the... let's talk more about the mission.
I've got something for you, but we're not going to talk about it here. I want you to meet me at my house after sundown. We'll talk more then.
Really?
We'll talk later. Meet me at my house after dark.
Do I have to?
Later.
Hi there.
It is quite nice to see you again. I hope you are faring well.
Guess what I found? No, never mind.
Farewell.
Hello, I'm Laith Wavrik, the Chief Herald and Countess Velga's attendant. Welcome to Coral.
Guess what I found?
Many years ago, when the Count was still alive, a daring thief stole the ancient honor blade of Coral from out of this castle. Why? This is incredible. I never thought to see this sword again. How did you... Never mind. One should not look a gift horse in the mouth. Please accept my thanks on behalf of the people of Coral for restoring this sword and the honor of our city. As a token of our gratitude, I bestow upon you a symbol of honor and heroism, the escutcheon of Coral. You've done a great service to Coral, and you should be proud. Fare thee.
I've returned the sword to Laith Wavrik, herald to the Countess of Coral. In gratitude, he's rewarded me with the escutcheon of Coral, an item only bestowed to the most honored of heroes. I should go speak with the Germain brothers about what happened.
Well. What?
I just need to put my phone on charge while this loads. I'll be back in a second. No, never mind. I will be back in a second, though.
Good to see you. Well,
This might be one for the horse, but I am kind of looking to waste time until sundown. Stop by good old actor and say hi. Oh. Not happy to see me. I'm really just trying to find everyone. The things I do for Valiant Cheese.
showing your face was the last mistake you ever made. Tired? Am I supposed to be impressed?
So basically, this is Outlast.
Show me what you've got.
What's new?
Well, you might have guests.
My father was a great man. I'll not hear your lies. You have something to tell me about my father? I I'm at a loss for words. Already I've heard that the Honor Blade rests again in Castle Coral, and the escutcheon of coral you have is all the proof I need. My father had told us that he had hidden something away for us, something to provide for our future, but I never imagined it was this. I'm sorry you had to be tasked to right this wrong that my father was responsible for. Once again, you've stuck your neck out for us. Maybe in the past my family was notorious, but never let it be said that the current Gemains don't pay their dues. I'd like you to have this keepsake. My father gave it to me when I was but a lad. I think you should have it. Thanks again, my friend. You are always welcome in our home.
Hear any rumors?
The lowlands of the Great Forest rise to the upland plateau of the Colovian West.
Is that really a rumor? Figured we might as well liven things up a little bit. Chase through the hills by a village. Oh. I've seen Deliverance. I don't want to. I don't want to know where this is going. So, in principle, I could probably head back to the Imperial City and, that's not a bad idea. Trying to remember which one of these is my fence. Not here, that's for sure.
What? Ah, yes. A guild brother in search of a fence?
Apparently not.
Good deeds and moral fiber. Bah. Ah, yeah. Armand Christoph and Scriva have... They can make... Good deeds and moral...
Well met.
So it's a little inefficient to go back from the Imperials. Well, Coral to the Imperial City, then back to Coral, but Coral does have a path to Bruma. So I figured instead of just lying in bed waiting for sundown, I can get things done in the Imperial City, then head back to Coral. That doesn't seem right.
What is it, citizen?
So I do want to take a chance to just get rid of some of the stolen items in my inventory. It is one of the reasons why I'm a little less willing to...
What is it, citizen?
To get hit by a bounty. Normally I like to let the game sort of run as it would.
Good to see you.
You have...
Sometimes there's stuff that, you know, is a little more inconvenient than you want to handle.
What is it, citizen?
Rat.
Hello.
Greetings to you.
I have another message from the Grey Fox. You must be very important.
What's the message?
The Grey Fox requests a meeting. Please travel to Ganradel's house in Shedenhall.
When I get the time.
May Shadow hide. Good day.
Are they no longer taking my... Yeah.
May Shadow hide.
You've got the hands of a smith. Must have spent
goes it?
Speak. What is it? You have my ear, citizen. What did...
Greetings, Guildmaid.
How may I assist you? What news from Skingrad? I assume you've spoken to Count Hasseldor?
Oh, yes.
What? Is that possible? This is grave news indeed.
Because they're necromancers,
I had,
right?
perhaps foolishly, believed that necromancy was all but stamped out in Cyrodiil. It seems I couldn't have been more mistaken. I shall need to consult the council as to how to proceed with this situation. Thank you for the information. It may save many lives. My attention is focused on the council right now. I will need you soon enough. I need more time.
How about now?
My attention is
You know, I saw your fight against the Grey Prince. Nobody thought that orc could be beat, but you showed them all.
We talk about advancement.
You do not yet qualify for further advancement in the guild.
Alright, I'll just leave you all to the necromancers. Any tasks?
Your tasks now come directly from Archmage Traven. Please speak with him if you're unsure what you should be doing. You too. You have... What is it, citizen?
It's a little different from what I was thinking, but the sun seems to be going down, so...
What is it, citizen?
We'll head back to Coral and, then Bruma.
How are you?
What's this about?
To what do I owe this pleasure?
You have...
What? Ah, yes. A guild brother in search of a fence?
Yes, but apparently I haven't found
Good
one.
deeds and moral fiber. Bah!
As far as timing goes, this could have been worse. Sorry about the horse.
Oh, hello. Good, you're here. We've got duties to attend to.
Alright, let's talk about it. First tell me about the Blackwood Company.
I've been looking into them, heard some disturbing things. We know they're a danger to us, and we know they're good at what they do.
Why are they so effective?
Good question. I've heard stories, but nothing I can prove is true. Maybe they've got a mage working with them. Maybe they're just well trained. All I know for sure is that they'll accept any contract, and they'll do anything to complete it. And they don't care who gets in the way.
Why haven't we stopped them?
Velena's gotten tentative since the Blackheart mission. She's worried about getting us killed. But we're just getting killed a little bit at a time.
Okay, tell me about Azani Blackheart.
That mission was the start of it. That was when Vitelis was killed. We were contracted by a wizard, Argoth, to recover an artifact from Blackheart. I went in there with 20 men. I left with 5. Vitelis wasn't one of them. He died covering our retreat.
And the Blackwood Company?
I snooped around. Apparently, they completed that contract for us. I went in there with 20 good men. I can't believe that bunch finished the job. There's more. Argoth, he's dead. The artifact gone. Sounds like a setup. Maybe they made a deal with Blackheart. I don't know. But I'll find out.
So what now?
Now we find out what really happened. And we let it be known. I want to show the people who the Blackwood Company really are. I can't order you to do this with me. It's dangerous, and Velena isn't going to know about it. It's your choice.
I'm in.
We leave as soon as you're ready. I want to investigate Blackheart's stronghold in Arpenia. Meet me at the Leowen Guild Hall. We'll go from there.
You'll be waiting a while. Tell me more about Blackheart.
We need to find out what happened with him. It's all suspicious to me. Let's go.
Hi.
Please join me. If you're looking to buy a horse, go inside and talk to Bongard. Bye.
Here I thought it was going to be an epic ride towards a climactic battle. It's actually kind of funny. I think I travel as fast as my horse now. Nah, maybe that's not true. Either way, I move pretty fast. If I fall over the edge of a reasonably or sufficiently steep hill, I'll take fall damage.
How do you do?
Evening to you as well.
What is it, citizen?
You're in the way. Great view, though. Well, not maybe this, but... yeah, we'll do it the normal way this time. before I go to the Temple of Talos, I am going to drop off my surplus. Okay, and here we look for any duplicates. I'm assuming Mythic Dawn will be one. I thought it was a little strange that I was being let out of Bruma. Yeah, I wanted to get in there too.
It's wonderful to see you again. Greetings. What news from Cloud Ruler Temple?
Now, this may be a bit to take in.
A desperate plan indeed. This prince? Emperor? Martin would risk my whole city to gain a great sigil stone?
We must recover the amulet.
This is the only way to stop this invasion from Oblivion? I must confess, you are the first person to speak of victory against these Daedra. This war has seemed hopeless to me. But what else was there to do but hold on and wait for a hero to arise to save us? And now it seems there is an heir to the throne after all, hidden at Cloud Ruler Temple. And perhaps a hero as well?
Martin waits at the chapel.
You avoid answering my question. Very well. Don't think I doubt you. The rulers of Bruma have long had dealings with Cloud Ruler Temple. We know whom they serve. I will meet Martin at the chapel. When all is ready, I will order my men to stop closing the gates and prepare for battle.
I told the Countess of Martin's plans. She reluctantly agreed and is going to meet Martin at the Chapel of Talos. When I am ready for battle, I should inform the Countess.
Come with me to the Chapel of Talos. I wish to speak with your lord.
Do you see that look he gave me? He doesn't trust me at all.
start. Of course. I heard that some cult called the Mythic Dawn is behind the Emperor's assassination.
It was me!
Bastards. If I ever got a hold of one of them, I'd put them in the fire, like the old days.
Your Highness, I am Nerina Carvain, Countess of Bruma, at your service.
There is no need for any formality at this time. I am not Emperor yet, and I am quite new to this notion of being heir to the throne. Thank you for coming. I know I am asking for a great deal of trust, but this is the only way. I would not suggest it otherwise.
Your champion has already explained the situation to me. I have agreed to it. We will not win this war through caution.
You have a rare gift to know when desperation is the path of wisdom. I will do everything in my power to defend your city, my lady.
If Bruma falls, the Empire falls with us. So be it. I'm ready for battle when you are, champion. What say you?
Let the battle begin.
So be it. Bruma's fate is in the hands of the gods now. And yours.
The Countess has ordered her men to let the Mythic Dawn open the 3 gates and to deploy for battle outside the city gates. Martin has gone to lead the defense of the city. I should proceed to the battleground at once and protect Martin at all costs.
Bird, deploy the troops for battle.
As you command,
Arrived at the battlefield to find 1 open Oblivion gate. Once all 3 are open, the Mythic Dawn will open a great gate, which I must enter and retrieve its great sigil stone. Martin and I have arrived on the battlefield. I must protect Martin until the Great Gate opens.
Soldiers of Cyrodiil, the Empire will stand or fall by what we do here today. Will we let the Daedra do to Bruma what they did to Camoran? Will we let them burn our homes? Will we let them kill our families? No, we make our stand here today for the whole of Cyrodiil. We must hold fast until the hero of Camoran can destroy their great gate. We must kill whatever comes out of that gate. Soldiers of Cyrodiil, do you stand with me?
Huh.
What's the matter? Get out! Take me down! I've got that.
Great Gate is opened. I must enter it at once and get its great sigil stone before Bruma's defenders are overwhelmed.
But which one's the Great Gate?
I've entered the Great Gate. The Daedric siege engine is crawling towards the portal. If it exits the gate before I reach the sigil stone, all is lost.
I feel like I've been training to do this fast since the very beginning. Yes, this is obviously not where I'm supposed to be. Yep. Ow! Now I've kind of done it. Completely unnecessary. Wrong one, but it'll be a dramatic entrance.
Reach the Great Sigil Stone and close the gate. The Battle of Bruma is won. Now to give the Sigil Stone to Martin.
We won a great victory here today. We now have the means to recover the Amulet of Kings from Mankar Camoran. But we need to act quickly. Camoran will not take long to recognize his danger. Remember, the portal closes behind you. Anything you need, carry it with you. I'll have the ritual ready in the Great Hall when you arrive. Farewell.
Tell me more about the magic.
As a young man, I grew impatient with Mages Guild restrictions, as did many of my fellow apprentices. We threw ourselves into the riddles of Daedric magic. We hungered for forbidden secrets. Knowledge and power were our gods. You can guess the rest. We got in over our heads. People died. My friends died. I've put those days behind me. But the bitter wisdom that one has been a fool is not without value.
What about the Mysterium Xerxes?
I have everything necessary for the ritual to use the Xerxes to open a portal to Camoran's paradise. Remember, the portal will close behind you, so you will need to take everything you need.
In the Oblivion Gate?
The only way to close all the Oblivion Gates forever is for me to relight the dragon fires in the Temple of the One. Our only hope is to recover the Amulet of Kings from Mankar Camoran. Farewell, my friend.
Alright, I'm I'm gonna go a little bit further, but I do need to start making dinner. Most of it can just sit in the oven, but I'm gonna be back in just a minute. Sorry about that. There'll be another break just as I I'll need another break as I actually prepare it. Right now the oven's heating, but I'll try not to make them long.
Let's hear it.
Of course. Wait, what? Ugh.
We won.
So we've been through all of this before, so. Just gonna take a second here to see if the oven's heated. Sorry about that.
Farewell, my friend.
I should prepare myself to travel to Camoran's paradise and take back the Amulet of Kings from Mankar Camoran. When I am ready, I should meet Martin at the Great Hall of Cloud Ruler Temple.
We'll deal with the agility damage first.
Greetings.
Unbelievable. Normally I just skip Bruma, but I do actually want to pray and get my buffs.
How do you do?
Rejoice, through faith your afflictions are banished. Make Father Akatosh proud.
What time is it? So much for Akatosh's blessing.
A mighty feat of arms. The bards of Cyrodiil will be singing of the fall of the Great Gate for years to come.
But you couldn't open early for me,
What
huh?
can I interest you in?
Unbelievable.
You too.
Hello. Morning.
Have pity on an old war
Good to see you.
Pardon, Alratio.
Congrats.
How did you do that? What?
I have everything in place for the ritual. I'll open the portal whenever you're ready. I don't know what you'll find in Camoran's paradise. I do know the portal I create through the Mysterium Xerxes ritual will close behind you. You'll have to find another way back. I believe that Mankar Camoran acts as the anchor for paradise, just as a sigil stone anchors an Oblivion gate in place. Kill Mankar Camoran, and you will unmake his paradise. Shall I open the portal to paradise? Are you ready?
Yes, open the portal.
Farewell, my friend. Our fate is in your hands. Bring back the Amulet of Kings. Brace yourself.
I've arrived in Camoran's paradise. The portal closed behind me. I must find Mankar Camoran, kill him, and recover the Amulet of Kings.
So, the cat's paw of the Septims arrives at last. You didn't think you could take me unawares here, of all places, in the paradise that I created. Look now upon my paradise. Gaia Alata in the old tongue, a vision of the past and the future. Behold the savage garden, where my disciples are tempered for a higher destiny, to rule over Tamriel Reborn. If you are truly the hero of destiny, as I hope, the garden will not hold you for long. Lift your eyes to Kairek Agayalor, my seat at the pinnacle of paradise. I shall await you there.
You're new to Gaia Alata, aren't you? So, you found your way to Gaia Alata at last. Don't we have enough troubles here, without you adding to them? Leave us alone. Your quarrel is with Mankar Camoran, not us poor fools.
Tell me more about Gaia Alata.
Gaia Alata is the Master's name for this place. We usually just call it Paradise. This is the Savage Garden. At the top of that mountain lies the Terrace of Dawn, which leads up to Mankar Camoran's palace, Karak Agailor. Beneath the mountain lies the Forbidden Grotto, the only way out of the Savage Garden.
Tell me more about the Savage Garden.
Everyone here died in the Master's service. As the Master promised, we are now immortal, like the Daedra. But our life here is a nightmare. The creatures of the garden torment us endlessly. When they kill us, we are soon reborn, and the cycle begins again. No one has yet found a way to leave the garden, except those few given the bands of the Chosen and allowed to enter the Forbidden Grotto.
I'm just going to tend to my dinner. I'll be back in a sec. Tell me more about the Forbidden Grotto.
The only way out of the Savage Garden. Only those wearing the bands of the Chosen may enter the Forbidden Grotto, but they never return, so we don't know what fate awaits them.
And the bands of the Chosen?
Only those wearing the bands can enter the Forbidden Grotto. No one who enters the grotto ever returns. Leave me in peace.
Yeah, so you can go back to being murdered by the monsters.
You? How can you be here? No matter. You are too late to stop Lord Dagon's victory. Soon we will return to Tamriel to rule over it as lords, while you will remain here in the Eternal Garden forever. We have all died in the Master's service. Here in Gaia Elata we are immortal, and wait to return to Tamriel after Lord Dagon's final victory. The Forbidden Grotto is the only way out of the Savage Garden. Those who earn the Master's favor are given the bands of the Chosen and allowed to leave the garden. Those favored by the Master to wear the bands may enter the Forbidden Grotto and leave this Savage Garden forever. The Master will soon deal with you.
You destroyed the Sigil Tower at Ganona. My kin say you fought well.
Ganora, never heard of it.
Our clan sacked your city of Kavach. A trifling task fit for scamps. Your swift retribution earned you much respect among my people. We had not expected that a mortal would act with such resolution and honor. It is no dishonor for us to speak.
I seek Mankar Camoran.
You speak directly, like one of my people almost. I'm glad I did not kill you immediately.
What do you want then?
There is but one way out of the garden. I guard that path. You will travel that path, and it will bring me honor to defeat you. But you shamed my kin at Ganona. To bring you into my service, that would also bring me honor. So I offer you a choice. Would you confront me in battle, or offer me service?
Question.
You are impertinent mortal. I did not offer to answer questions.
Battle it is, then.
Your mind follows the simple path, the choice of an animal. But you have courage at least. You will fail, mortal. And then where will you be? Dead and nothing.
Met a Dremora named Kathutet, who told me that he holds the key to the Forbidden Grotto, which he claims is the only way out of the Savage Garden. I should find out what this key is and get it from him. I have the bands of the Chosen. I should find the door to the Forbidden Grotto and see if he was telling the truth.
How little you understand. You cannot stop Lord Dagon. The principalities have sparkled as gems in the black reaches of Oblivion since the first morning. Many are their names and the names of their masters. The cold harbor of Meridia, Periite's quagmire, the 10 moon shadows of Mephala, and Dawn's beauty, the princedom of Lorcan, misnamed Tamriel by deluded mortals. Yes, you understand now.
It won't matter. Lord Dagon
Tamriel is just one more Daedric realm of Oblivion, long since lost to its prince when he was betrayed by those that served him.
I don't feel like talking.
Lord Dagon cannot invade Tamriel, his birthright. He comes to liberate the occupied lands.
We'll be the master's playthings forever.
What do you want, mortal?
Ask yourself, how is it that mighty gods die, yet the Daedra stand incorruptible? How is it that the Daedra forthrightly proclaim themselves to man, while the gods cower behind statues and the faithless words of traitor priests? It is simple. They are not gods at all. The truth has been in front of you since you first were born. The Daedra are the true gods of this universe. Julianos, Dibella, and Stondar are all Lorcan's betrayers, posing as divinities in the principality that has lost its guiding light. What are scholarship, love, and mercy when compared to fate, night, and destruction? The gods you worship are trifling shadows of first causes.
I'm just going to repair my armor while you continue to enlighten me.
They have tricked you for ages.
The door is smooth and featureless, without any apparent means of opening it. The bands glow red briefly as they lock around your wrists. The bands emit a red glow and the door opens. I've entered the Forbidden Grotto, now to find my way through the Terrace of the Dawn, where I hope to find Mankar Camoran and the Amulet of Kings.
I'm assuming I can't take these off now.
Why do you think your world has always been contested ground, the arena of powers and immortals? It is Tamriel, the realm of change, brother to madness, sister to deceit. Your false gods could not entirely rewrite history. Thus you remember tales of Lorcan vilified, a dead trickster whose heart went to Tamriel. But if a god can die, how does his heart survive?
Show me!
He is Daedroth! Tamriel I Daedroth! This heart is the heart of the world, for one was made to satisfy the other. You all remember this. It is in every legend. Daedra cannot die, so your so-called gods cannot erase him from your minds completely.
My bad. You two gotta work this out amongst yourselves. Alright. This should be the last one for dinner. I'm not gonna eat it, I'm gonna plate it and ready to go. Alright, now I feel really hungry, but we'll get through this.
You wear the bands, but you're no prisoner. Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm here to kill Mankar Camoran.
Can you really do it? Can you bring this eternal nightmare to an end? Can you defeat Mankar Camoran and free all the souls of the poor fools who followed him? Listen, I can help you. You need my help if you are ever to leave the Forbidden Grotto.
Who are you?
I was one of Mankar Camoran's chief lieutenants. I helped plan the Emperor's assassination. I opened the Great Gate at Kvatch. We were the chosen. We saw more clearly than ordinary mortals. We would destroy the world and remake it. Mankar Camoran was our leader, our teacher, our master. He had the secret knowledge. He dealt with Mehrunes Dagon as an equal.
And why would you help me?
I was at the sack of Kvatch. They had no chance. We took them by surprise, and we carried the walls in the first assault. But they fought on anyway, desperately. They seemed to think this decadent, mundane world of theirs was worth defending. I was slain after the battle was over. 3 townsfolk hiding in the cellar attacked me when I entered their house, hunting down survivors. They tore me to pieces, although I have no doubt they were immediately killed by my companions. I've had plenty of time to ponder my deed since I came here. Ponder and regret. An eternity of regret. For my weakness, the Master sent me here to torture my former comrades who showed similar ingratitude for his gift of eternal life.
And how can you help me?
No one wearing the bands of the Chosen can leave this grotto. The doors will not open, and there is no other way out. I can remove them, but I will need time. The Dremora Overseer will be here any minute to check up on me. You need to play along until he leaves. Just act like a prisoner, and do as I say. Once Orthe leaves, we can find a quiet spot to remove these bands.
Fine, I'll play along.
Good. Follow me, and don't worry. You can trust me.
Oh, I'll bet.
I've accepted Eldmil's offer to help me escape the Forbidden Grottos. Eldmil wants me to pretend to be a prisoner until his Dremora Overseer finishes his inspection. I wonder if I can trust him.
Oh, come on!
What's going on here? Who's this?
A prisoner, sent in by...
Show me some respect, worm. Unless you want to end up in the cages with them.
Yes, Kinreeve, sir. This prisoner was sent in by Cathatet for questioning. I was about to begin.
This is not one of Mankar Camoran's chattels from the garden. Who is he?
Nothing escapes your vigilance, Kinreeve. Cathatet wondered as well. This is why he sent him for questioning.
Well, carry on.
Of course, Kinreeve. Prisoner, into the cage, now.
Screw that.
Oh. Ha! I do your worst.
Oh, come!
This is not one of Mankar Camoran's chattels from the garden. Who is it?
Nothing escaped.
Well, carry on.
Of course, Kinreeve. Prisoner, into the cage, now. Ow! What's the matter? Getting tired? Ha-ha! Die! Ow! Rhaegar's lackeys.
Where'd he go?
You made it. I didn't think you'd have any trouble. Let's get these bands off you. There. You're not a prisoner of the Forbidden Grotto any longer. Let me come with you. Let me help you kill Mankar Camoran. I am not without power.
Sure, I'll be glad of your help.
I am no match for Mankar Camoran, but perhaps together we can find a way to defeat him. Lead on.
Well done, champion. Your progress is swift and sure. Perhaps you will reach me after all. You think I mock you? Not at all. In your coming, I hear the footsteps of fate. You are the last defender of decadent Tamriel. I am the midwife of the mythic dawn, Tamriel reborn. I will. I tire of the self-styled heroes who set themselves in my path only to prove unworthy of the event. Ah! Oh!
I don't even know what this does, it just seems good.
So, here you are at last, the lackey of the Septim Pretender. You still think you have a chance, don't you? We knew you would find your way here eventually, but it is of no consequence. You should not keep my father waiting any longer. He expected you hours ago. Come, you came here to see him, did you not?
You did not expect to see me again, did you? You have no grasp of the power that my father has at his command. You think you can stop us? Soon Mehrunes Dagon will walk upon Tamriel for the first time since the Mythic Age, and our victory will be complete. Come. My father is waiting to welcome you to Carak Agayalor.
I have waited a long time for you, champion of old Tamriel. You were the last gasp of a dying age. You breathed the stale air of false hope. How little you understand. You cannot stop Lord Dagon. The walls between our worlds are crumbling. The mythic dawn grows nearer with every rift in the firmament. Soon, very soon, the lines now blurred will be erased. Tamriel and Oblivion rejoined, the mythic age reborn. Lord Dagon shall walk Tamriel again. The world shall be remade. The new age shall rise from the ashes of the old. My vision shall be realized. Weakness will be purged from the world, and mortal and immortal alike purified in the refiner's fire. My long duel with the Septims is over, and I have the mastery. The Emperor is dead. The Amulet of Kings is mine. And the last defender of the last ragged Septim stands before me, in the heart of my power.
Can we just get on with this?
Let us see who at last has proved the stronger.
I found Mankar Camoran in his palace of Carak Agayalor. Now I must kill him and take the Amulet of Kings back to Tamriel.
You came for the amulet? Take it then.
Take that! The dawn is breaking! Your efforts are in vain. Lord Dagon's victory is at hand. I'm just warming up. You couldn't get up.
Too busy jumping around at some of the details. I was trying to avoid hitting my ally.
I have waited a long time. You came for the...
Against me, mortal. Strike me down, and my father's power will raise me up again.
I killed Mankar Camoran. Upon his death, the paradise he created dissolved around me, and I found myself back in Cloud Ruler Temple with the Amulet of Kings in my hand. I must give the amulet to Martin.
You found a way back. Does this mean...
Mankar Camoran is dead.
You did it. You defeated him. Then you have it. You have the Amulet of Kings.
Here, the amulet belongs to you.
Belongs to me? The Amulet of Kings? So you and Joffrey have said, if it is true, if the Emperor really was my father, then I should be able to wear it. Only those of the Septim blood can wear the Amulet of Kings.
But on the amulet, Your Majesty.
Yes, of course. What am I waiting for? After all, this is my destiny. And no man can deny his destiny.
You see, you are your real son.
I didn't really need the amulet to tell me that. I've known it was true since you first told me back in Kavach. But it is one thing to talk of becoming Emperor, and quite another to actually be the Emperor.
You are the Emperor.
Not yet. Until we light the Dragonfires, the gates are open, and Mehrunes Dagon's invasion continues. While you were gone, I sent a messenger to Chancellor Akato. He waits for us in the Imperial City.
Why meet Akato?
Chancellor Akato is the head of the Elder Council. The Council rules in the Emperor's absence. I don't expect any objections from the Elder Council, but we should defer to their authority. Let's go to the Imperial City at once, before the enemy can recover from Mankar Camoran's death.
And on that note, we will end for this evening. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.